Welcome back. In this lesson, we will discuss best practices for writing reusable code in Perl. Writing clean and efficient reusable code in Perl, your program should be more maintainable and scalable. So let's go over with some key principles and techniques that we should use. So first thing that we can, I'll just make it comment the other function that we have already written previously. Let's make it comment. So here first best practices is, I can say, use modular programming. So we should use modular programming, and to use modular programming we can say that your code should be in the form of sub function subroutine, right? And that way you should write. So for example, if you need to add 1 plus 2, you can use sub add, and then based on the input you can perform your code here, right? So this is how first thing you should do, use modular programming. Second thing that you can do is use Perl modules. So I'll say use Perl modules, like we can say use and require, right? So these kind of things you can include in your program for making it more efficient. So for example, we have built-in function, I'll say print int, right? So if we have something 4.9, so right, 4.9, in this way it will give us the exact data that we want, it will cast it. So we have these inbuilt function that we should always use in our program. And if you have more than one file and you wanted to include one file to another, you can use required function to include. So whenever we use means inbuilt function require that you have to import the file. Then second, it is saying third is follow dry approach. So dry means repeat don't repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself. Dry approach. That means if you find yourself copying the same code multiple times, move it in function or module. For example, if you have to calculate some discount, then writing again and again is not a right way. You have to always remember dry approach. Don't repeat yourself. If the same module, same code is using again and again, you should create module and separate it out. Fourth approach that we should use is use meaningful variable and function names. So saying that avoid single letter variable names and use a good practice. For example, if you need to have total price, then you should create variable name something like my, and then you can say dollar total underscore price equal to 10 instead of simply writing TP, right? So TP is, for example, this is good approach. But if you are writing dollar TP, right, equal to 10, then this approach we should not do. So this is not the right approach. Always use a meaningful name for the variable and function, and it will help you to debug your program and can avoid any potential error. So next thing we should do is, let me write fourth, and then I'll say one more rule that we should do is use a strict and warnings for safer code. We have to always include, here you can see, a strict and then warning. So if you use any um, wrong practice, then these two things will help you to prevent error, and it can prevent accidental variable use and syntax. Then another approach could be pass argument properly in the function, use the default values in the functions, and return values instead of directly printing values inside inside the function or subroutine. So these all are um, some of the best practices we should do while writing code. Thank you. Let's see in the next video.